Welcome to Illuminati Silver. We tell you the truth about silver. Today is Tuesday the 19th of April 2016 and we're taking a look at the various lawsuits levelled against HSBC. Yesterday we dealt with Deutsche Bank and its involvement in share price rigging, Libor and Euribor rigging, breaking US sanctions and gold and silver price manipulation. Today we're looking at HSBC, and in fact our research is assisted by their own annual report and accounts, which reveals a fair amount of their wrongdoing. However, our research goes further than that document. HSBC Holdings plc is a British multinational banking and financial services company headquartered in London, United Kingdom. It was established in its present form in London in 1991 by the Hong Kong and Shanghai Banking Corporation Limited to act as a new group holding company. The origins of the bank lie mainly in Hong Kong and to a lesser extent in Shanghai, where branches were first opened in 1865. The HSBC name is derived from the initials of the Hong Kong and Shanghai Banking Corporation. The company was first formally incorporated in 1866. HSBC is organised within four business groups: commercial banking, global banking and markets, retail banking and wealth management, and global private banking. It has around 4,700 offices in 71 countries and territories across Africa, Asia, Europe, North America and South America. It has 255,000 full-time employees and approximately 47 million customers. Its recent figures show that its reported profit for 2015 was $18.9 billion and revenue of $59.8 billion and has assets of $1.1 trillion. Interestingly, its report and accounts reveal that it has the following lawsuits and legal cases pending against it: in Italy 640, in Germany 231, in France 100, in Turkey 91, in Spain 1003, and many more in other countries. So let's just take a look at some of these. By far the most serious of HSBC's legal violations is its involvement in money laundering and sanctions breaking, in which it has a long and disreputable history. HSBC is already participating in a consent cease and desist order dating from 2010 and a deferred prosecution agreement from 2012. The deferred prosecution agreement, or DPA, is subject to performance monitoring. It now appears that HSBC may have breached the terms of the DPA and they are awaiting a judgment from the Department of Justice. Next is the long-running legal battle over Household International, the US mortgage lender that HSBC bought in 2002. According to the Financial Times, quote, the lawsuit alleged Household, its chief executive, chief financial officer, and head of consumer lending made false and misleading statements that inflated the company's share price. The plaintiffs also claimed that Household artificially boosted its share price by engaging in predatory lending and hid the poor quality of its loan portfolio and its financial accounting from March 2001 to October 2002. Unquote. The bank lost the US class action in July 2013 but appealed. In May 2015 a retrial was ordered, which is scheduled for June 2016. If HSBC loses this too, it could face damages of up to or exceeding $3.6 billion. Next, Bernie Madoff's Ponzi scheme. According to HSBC disclosure, quote, various non-US HSBC companies provided custodial, administration and similar services to a number of funds incorporated outside the US, whose assets were invested with Madoff securities. Various HSBC companies have been named as defendants in lawsuits arising out of Madoff securities fraud. Unquote. The Madoff fraud involves many of the world's tax havens. In addition to High Court action in the United Kingdom and an assortment of civil claims and class actions in the US, HSBC is facing lawsuits in the British Virgin Islands, Bermuda, the Cayman Islands, Luxembourg and Ireland. HSBC estimates and has provided $800 million for the total damages from these actions, but admits that the amount could differ significantly. Then there is the origination, servicing, securitization and foreclosure of US mortgages before the financial crisis. HSBC has already entered into a cease and desist order with the Federal Reserve and the Office of the Comptroller of the Currency. Failure to comply with its terms carries undisclosed money penalties. HSBC has also reached settlement with various regulatory bodies, paying a few $100 million in fines and redress. But there is more to come. HSBC is currently defending itself against a host of lawsuits from investors, including the BlackRock and PIMCO, claiming damages for mis-selling of mortgage securitizations. HSBC is also undergoing investigation by the Department of Justice, the Massachusetts District Attorney, and the Colorado District Attorney for its involvement in subprime mortgage origination and securitization. In February 2016, families of Americans murdered by Mexican drug cartels filed a lawsuit against HSBC Bank for allegedly providing, quote, continuous and systematic material support, unquote, to Mexico's Sinaloa Juarez and Los Zetas cartels by laundering billions of dollars. This follows on from 2012, whereby HSBC Holdings agreed to pay a record $1.9 billion in fines to US authorities for allowing itself to be used to launder drug money from Mexico. The Department of Justice said at the time that the Sinaloa cartel and Colombia's Norte del Valle cartel together laundered $881 million through HSBC and a Mexican branch. In November 2014, it was reported that Royal Bank of Scotland and HSBC were included in a group of 5 of the world's biggest banks ordered to pay fines totaling £2 billion by regulators as a result for rigging the foreign exchange market. The penalties imposed by British, US and Swiss authorities after an 18-month investigation relate to the rigging of the £3 trillion a day market and add to the large sums already collected over the Libor fixing scandal. Of particular interest to our listeners is the revelation by HSBC in early 2015 that the CFTC had issued their US branch with a subpoena in January, demanding documents and details regarding their precious metal trading operations. In November 2014, the Department of Justice also requested HSBC issue documents as part of an antitrust investigation regarding precious metals. We heard in our last video that Deutsche Bank may indeed reveal the identities of those also involved, and we wait to see whether HSBC is mentioned. We are aware that there are many more cases that could be covered. We're also very much aware that few, if any, bank executives have gone to prison for the actions of their organisations, as it seems acceptable that the payment of a fine is sufficient to remedy all ills. Is this because no proof can be provided beyond reasonable doubt against an individual? Or is it because these banks and governments collude in many of such operations for the benefit of those governments of the day? What do you think? We hope you have found this video interesting and informative, and if so, please give it a thumb up and share it on Twitter. Also kindly visit our website at illuminatisilver.com and if you haven't already done so, please subscribe as a free member for regular email updates and offers. Our Facebook page, which is updated daily, can be found at facebook.com/Illuminati Silver. Disclaimer: Illuminati Silver owners come from a background of banking, international wealth management and economics. Having now retired from these worlds, we are not qualified to give investment advice. Therefore, this and other productions must not be deemed to be giving such advice and merely represent the personal views of its owners.